Hey and welcome back. Today we're visiting one of my favorite places in all of Nosgoth, and that's Vorador's mansion. So excited to go and see our friend Vorador. He's my friend. Maybe he's yours too. I don't know. You work out your own relationship with Vorador. I know where we stand. As always, we've got the coin, which is going to tell us how we're going to play. If it's Kain, we're going to do every fight we can, feed from everything we can, and we're going to use one of the new skins. If it's Raziel, we're going to play it more or less straight. We're going to feed when we're hungry, we're going to skip the combat that we can skip, which is Defiance, so it's not a lot, and we're going to stick with the standard Raziel model. Okay, let's flip. Today, it's Raziel. We're going to go mostly from point A to point B, we're going to feed when we're hungry, and we're going to stick with the standard model, which, man, it's so good, and I love looking at it, but the skins call to me. I've got a new shirt. Yeah. I love this one because Sassy Raz is the best Raz. Now, another thing I'm really excited about for Vorador's mansion. Recently, I got to have an amazing talk with Remastered, the director of Defiance Remastered. We talked about lots of things about the remaster, but specifically some things in Vorador's mansion, which I'm really, really excited to check out. So buckle up and settle in because we are going to go through all of Vorador's mansion. Ignis Fatuus. Yeah. Gatecrasher Raziel. But we've talked about that before.
Nestled deep in the Black Forest, Vorador had once held court over a private kingdom, as decadent as it was depraved. Now, all was still. I hoped I had not arrived too late.
Okay. Smoke coming from the chimneys. Let's send out our camera drone, shall we? Oh, look at these. So cool. Oh, we caught the... That's fun. Oh, interesting. That's so much fun. These details just... Oh, yeah, there's Vorador's tattoo. It looks a lot like a Chinese lung dragon, actually. So cool. Oh, these are new. Check this out. Oh, that's awesome. Going full tourist here. But I think it's justified. Vorador's mansion really is like one of my favorite places in all the games. Oh, cool. Look at that. See, I would absolutely replace my other dragon tattoo with this dragon tattoo if it was feasible. Maybe I'll have to do that someday. Okay, let's play the game. Oh, wait a second. Go, camera drone. Scout ahead. Are these ravens? Look at that. They certainly are. So, of course, in Soul Reaver 2, Vorador uses ravens as spies, or crows as spies. Okay, and I'm having just way too much fun pushing the boundary breaks here with photo mode. The skybox is gorgeous, though. Look out, I mean, it's just so cool that I can run up and look at the crow's weird feet. They probably never meant for us to get this close up on them. Sorry, guys. Oh, man, check that out. We've got the terrain here and the pillars, which... Oh, we can actually track through the forest here. I can just hear you guys saying, Ben, stop, please. Please stop. Oh, this is just fun, though. This is so cool. Oh, look how deep those pillars go. Not the pillars of Nosgoth, the pillars of Vorador. That is really interesting. Oh, it's because of the reflections. That's why. Yeah, because they need... That needs to be there for reflections in the water. I just learned something. Okay, let's play the game. Knock, knock. Okay. Oh my goodness, yeah. These statues just... I mentioned it in the last episode. They look so freaking good. While fighting in midair, I've learned to limit my downward velocity. Okay, I've read this one, but it's still cool. Alright, you guys. Help me out here. A little early in the morning, my reflexes aren't quite where they should be yet. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it anyway. Come on. So I really do love how agile Raziel is able to be in Defiance. It's a really great addition to his character because he's supposed to be light on his feet. He's supposed to be... Okay, as I'm sitting here getting stomped. Nice. But that is something he absolutely is supposed to be, and it's especially with the remaster where you've got control over the camera, you really get to see how just how quick he can move, and it's so nice. So these vampire golems, they look a lot like Raziel, and they always have. Just for fun, let's get right up on them and see. That was always the intention, was that they were supposed to look kind of like Raziel. But man, I love the damage that we're seeing too as we get through the fight here. Talk or fight, Ben. Talk or fight. We know the rules. I choose talk. So, nice. Thank you kindly. Appreciate the assist. Nice, there we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I really feel like, and it'd be cool if someone can confirm this, the golems have somewhat less health. Like, I think the ones that I fought in the last episode had a lot less health. These seem to be a little tougher, but I wonder if they adjusted that to ramp in. Yeah, that's a good question to ask folks in the know. And there's that soul we heard at the front door. Oh, interesting. I know I mentioned this before, but these are not vampire souls. These are Hilden souls, I think. Their food now is what they are. There he is. Oh yeah, just like Reyna said, that statue is new. And you can watch that second part of our epic chat here if you'd like. Nice, I can't wait to see that in the material realm. And one thing I've commented on quite a bit, as in previous playthroughs as we've played through Vorador's Mansion, is that he has a lot of nice stuff. And now we're gonna break it. Because it's just in general, ooh. All right, who's next? Let's do it. Come on, come on. Boy, there's a lot of spikes around here. It'd be a shame if we, shame if somebody had an accident. Or 3, or 4. Get in my belly. Looks like I accidentally clicked the stick in there at some point. If I had a dime for every time that happened, I'd have at least a few dollars. Let's go look at some art. Nice. Looks so good. I've been so looking forward to the art in Vorador's Mansion here. It's a loving recreation. Looks so good. Yeah, look at that. One of the vampire heroes here on canvas, looks like. And this is one I've always been kind of fascinated with. I want to know more about this. This to me looks like one of the ancient battles, one of the battles of the ancient vampires. And I want to know more about it. But maybe we'll break it first and get an arcane tome. Oh, nice. Keeper of secrets. His whispers echoing in my mind brought me back from the brink of insanity. Our covenant. Kain's death for my rebirth. Now I stalk the world, serving my need for vengeance, feeding my hunger, my insatiable hunger. Okay, so the coin said we're playing it straight, so we're not going to play as with the skin, but let's go look at it. In any case. Ooh, yeah, we'll do some more menu stuff here too. Yeah. You know, having the abs certainly increases the impression that he is wearing no pants. Or as Baz so well put it,
Keeper of secrets is not keeping many secrets.
Oh man, it is a cool skin though. I love the glowing accents, the red there going down the red cracks going down the thighs. Very cool. Maybe the coin will let us play with it next time. Back to Reaver of Souls. And here we go. Still no pants. But he does have the scarf. Left or right? Left or right? Let's go right. Alright, can we skip? Fellas, I got things to do. See you later. Okay, we're gonna need the Flame Reaver then. Hey, excuse me. I'm trying to pick out my sword here. Folks. Alright, you leave me no choice. You're inconveniencing me to a point to which you leave me no choice but to destroy you. Nice. Huh. Okay, it looks like I've got to get both of them. There we go. Flame Reaver always looks so cool on Raziel. It's always been my favorite. So one thing that we don't see in Vorador...
This seemed related to the portals which had transported me into the vampire ruins, but its surface was disturbed by the spouting of these gargoyles.
Okay, you know what? Let's take a closer look at these tentacles, because we... Oh, hey, look at that. That's going to be a good photo. There's a thumbnail. Okay, yeah, looking at these vines, look at those eyes. Oh, we've seen that eye before. Seems like somebody is none too happy with our continued jaunt to the material realm. There we go. There's our thumbnail. Okay, let's fight. Not today, Squidward. So yeah, the next time I make a lore assumption about a creature, I'm going to get right up in its face with the camera. Statue. eyes are haunting. Huh. Very cool. What else we got? These are also very cool. These kind of Hilden representations here, which, by the way, I always have kind of felt like that is definitely somebody throwing lots of shade at the defeated Hilden here. We'll talk more about that later, though. First, we explore. Okay, I got a Flame Reaver door here. Nice.
These gargoyles were effigies of the vampire's enemies. In the corresponding murals, they were impaled by heroic vampire warriors. Perhaps this was a clue.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so here's actually something I never noticed before in the original, because it's so pixelated. This vampire hero is wearing a death mask, which makes sense, of course, because this corresponds to what we'll eventually discover as the Soul Stealer Spear. Say that fast 5 times. Soul Stealer Spear. Soul Stealer Spill. See, failed. No voice acting for me, apparently. So one thing I really like about these murals is they have a really hand-painted quality where, you know, even at this, I don't know, it seemed, the original almost seemed a little, I don't want to say artificial, but just the pixelation, I think, kind of gave it a quality that I don't think was really intended. So it's just really, really nice to get more of an artistic quality to them, I guess. Okay, moving on. Okay, do we go, do we rise or do we fall? Actually, Vorador's mansion is all fall, so do we want to go to, let's go down into the crypts first. Ooh, there's something I really want to see down there. Hello, boyos.
This mural was similar to one I had seen before in the fountain room.
All right. Okay. So now we've got the these revenants that are possessing ancient vampires. Oh, and look at that! They've got feathers on them now. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm way too excited about that. That is so freaking cool. Nice work, guys. Oh yeah, check that out. They've got ancient vampire soldier tabards. Yeah, they've kind of got that Greek style leather skirt. They got the ears. Wow. Okay, that is awesome. I've been looking forward to seeing these guys since I started. All right, so as we fight these awesome new revenants and chuck them into the water, let's talk about the 2 different types of vampires that we know about in Nosgoth. And that is, of course, the ancient vampires, the winged beings that we've seen here and we see in the murals. And then what a lot of people call the necromantic vampires. Now, the necromantic vampires are, of course, the ones that we're most familiar with. Those are the ones that are raised from the dead by blood, or in Kain's case, a little bit of cardiac surgery. So most of the vampires that we see in Legacy of Kain are necromantic vampires. They are raised by blood or by surgery. And Kain, for instance, raises Raziel and his brothers using blood and dark magic, the method of which we haven't really seen yet. It's okay. We're just talking. It's all right. So impatient. So nervous, too. So paranoid. The ancient vampires, they didn't start out as blood-sucking beings, of course. They were a winged race with cloven fingers and feet and blue skin, of course. But they were cursed. They were cursed with bloodthirst and immortality by the Hilden, as the Hilden were banished to the demon realm. So those are two types of vampires there. And it's really, really kind of interesting to see these organic beings who were eventually cursed brought back from the dead. And then, of course, Vorador would have been the first vampire created after the curse. And his sire was, of course, Janos Audra. Are these... I wonder if these corpses that we see are pre-curse or post-cursed. But yeah, anyway, just stuff I think about as I'm going through our friend Vorador's mansion. But yeah, you see all these tombstones here. It does seem like many of Vorador's compatriots were buried here. So it makes me really, I spend a lot of time wondering, is Vorador's mansion built on an ancient battleground, or at least an ancient tomb of the ancient vampires? Sure seems that way. Anyway. More Archons. Oh! Okay, this is the bounce move, which I thought I had already. Applying the proper leverage, I'm able to execute a devilishly quick yet soul-shattering blow that leaves my target vulnerable to further assault. Let's actually take a second to check out the ring menu. Okay, so we are at level 3 on our combat experience. Oh, let's check out the map. I haven't seen Raziel's map yet. Oh yeah, the local map, super handy. Yeah, so you see here, we're deep in the crypts. Okay, chapter 1. Nosgoth. Alright, let's take a drink of water and read this. After the vampire purges, Vorador, disgusted with humanity and human affairs, retreated to this remote mansion deep within the Termagant Forest, a treacherous, near-impassable swamp which has effectively kept vampire hunters away, but which vampires can deftly traverse using their abilities. The expansive mansion is opulent, even decadent, more a castle, in truth, including the undercrofts beneath. The many floors and areas within are hung with tapestries, curtains of velvet, plush rugs. Low, sparse candlelight illuminates a bevy of murals, paintings, and statues memorializing the triumphs of the vampire race. Yet where, precisely, has the elusive Vorador ensconced himself? Where indeed? I wonder, are these any different? Oh. There's I just noticed this. Nopraptor's retreat is in the top left. And that has to be Wasserbund. Not far away from it. Oh, and I see Malik's Bastion too. I haven't seen this. Yeah, because we're in the Blood Omen 1. We're in the Blood Omen 1 era. So Malik's Bastion, and then Dark Eden. Cool. And Vampire Citadel, which... Do we get to see that, Israziel? Okay. Yeah, so that would be Willendorf down in the bottom right. Right where it should be. Nice. Oh, and there's Stench and Crow. In life, I wouldn't have graced the place with my presence. In death, I only added to the stench. And then knocked home by the pillars. Very cool. Okay. Now I'm going to have to compare that to Kain's map. Thank you for waiting patiently. You may die now. Splat, splat. Thank you. Told you I'd get to you eventually. Anything here? Oh, excuse me. Are you gonna come down here and fight, or are you gonna make me bully you? Yes, that's right. Just wriggle your way down here. Come on. There you go. Keep wriggling. There you go. Nice. All right. So, if memory serves me, I thought there used to be an arcane tome there. Plenty of corpses to choose from. Take your pick. I think I said before, I would be really interested to see what happens if Raziel possessed a ancient vampire corpse. Hello, helpless victims. It's good for you. I'm full right now.
This door clearly
nice.
required some artifact before it would open.
Oh man, Soul Stealer looks so much better now. So good. Nice. Okay. Okay, and then of course, one thing we learned on the last playthrough is the ancient vampire corpses are immune to, oh, actually, we haven't really examined a human soul yet, have we? Yeah, we saw those in Spectrum Realm. Okay, well, that was not strictly intentional. Sorry, coin. We're gonna try to skip those, weren't we? Indeed we were. Okay, then we have another mural here, which we need to remember these murals and where they are. And we want to be on the lookout for extra arcane tomes. Oh, hello, more human victims. I don't remember you being here. We'll save them for later. Oh, yeah. Oh! It's so faint, you can barely see it. But yeah, this is where we have a hidden power-up. They've made it a little bit more apparent now. That's good. Again, we need to remember that that's there. Climb. Okay, this part coming up, I am so looking forward to with the new camera. It's probably going to be... because this was... The Vandal strikes again. But yeah, this part was the toughest platforming challenge in the whole game. I'm so excited to see how we do now. We stayed on there pretty good now. Oh, so much easier. Nice. Nice. Cakewalk. Love it. Okay, that was so much better with the new camera. It's so nice. Great job, guys. Sorry, but as Slua, you are beneath contempt. Well, maybe, maybe not. Fight me again, find out. Next time. I've always wondered, is there something supposed to be behind this fireplace here? All right. It's my favorite room. Well, one of them anyway. We got so much to look at in here. This is where we first meet Vorador in Blood Omen.
This
looks a little different than
appeared
that.
to be the same hero I had seen depicted in the fountain room. This had to be significant.
Check this out. Looks so much better. So in our conversation with Reavers and Basielum, she talks about the challenges of restoring these statues, and these statues have actually been kind of built from scratch. And they've had to replace the geometry of the level with actual objects here, which is a level of work that... this is another good thumbnail. A level of work that I can scarcely imagine. Oh, that's another fun thumbnail. Okay, looking good. So much I want to look at in here. First, let's jump on the table. And let's go look at one of my favorite unsolved Legacy of Kain mysteries, Vorador's Mystery Woman. Love how her eyes are glowing here. Who was she? Why was she so important to Vorador? What did she mean in his life? Huh. Okay. Okay, now, here's the thing I also know had to have been a pain for the Defiance Remastered team. Let's go outside. We can see. So before, the old camera, nope, no looking around for you. Yes, gargoyles, I know you're there. But now in the remaster, you can actually see out here, which is just awesome. And this is another great thing that Reyna and Basielum and I talked about, is the amount of assets they had to add to make this area work. It's just so cool. And another mural, we'll remember that that's here. Anyway, this room, man, I'm just, knowing as much as I know about it now, I'm just even more impressed by everything. Yeah, and then of course, our vampire hero here. Okay, let's play the game. Ninja, vanish. So yeah, one interesting fact about the original Blood Omen, actually, and I know we're not playing Blood Omen right now, we're playing Defiance, but one very interesting fact about the original Blood Omen is that before you met Vorador, you were actually going to, before that cutscene, whoa, that was weird. Before you met Vorador, when you met Vorador, he was actually going to challenge you to a chess match, and you would have to actually checkmate Vorador, or all the characters, or all the pieces would come to life and attack you. So really fun. There we go. But one thing that I really enjoyed about that interview is I am not really familiar with the game dev world. Like, I mean, I've played video games for a very long time, but they've always been my hobby. They've always been fun for me. They've always, I've never, I pick up things about them here and there, but it's never really been a something. I've never really tried to learn about the deeper mysteries, as they were, about game development. But talking with Reyna Audren and some other folks that you'll hear from soon, every conversation I learn something brand new, and it's so cool to listen to these folks who are so knowledgeable and experienced in their fields talk about what they do. I love that. But the reason I bring that up is because one thing you may never really think about as we play these games is collision issues. Every time you have an object in a game, you pretty much have to tell that object, hey, can the player run through this? Or can they run in? Or do they have to stop when they run into it? Like this table here, yeah, very easy, But that's not just something that happens. You don't just put an object there and it's not doesn't automatically behave physically the way that you'd expect it to. That takes work, and so yeah, it's just really interesting to think about this stuff. And those of you who work in game development, this is probably all very old hat for you, but this is new information for me, and I find it really cool. Alrighty, up we go. I'm looking forward to this part, too. Oh, so much easier. Not quite trivial. We still had to do it fast. But so much easier. Such a better player experience. Your tomes up here. Okay, no tomes up here. Let's go get our spear.
This was indeed the vampire warrior depicted in the fountain room, for here was the hero's weapon. This could be the key to solving the riddle of the fountain.
Let's go look at the new lore they wrote. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got a name now. Sweet. This ancient vampiric weapon was wielded long ago by the hero Latimer for the slaughter of the Hilden horde. Reputedly, this spear was designed to rip the still-beating heart of a Hilden straight from its chest, causing instant death. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Because we can't get through that door up there, we have to go the long way around. One wonders, in Nosgoth, how does one keep all this carpet clean? Well, the answer, of course, is simple. Humans. I need to eat. All this stuff. That's right, where'd I go? Alright. What else you guys got? Nothing? Good. Because I got things to do. Okay, now we need to head back to the courtyard. So, shortcut this way. Actually, before we go there, okay, just a little here. So we've talked before about when Raziel is. So we've talked before about when Raziel is right now, and of course this is happening concurrently with Blood Omen, with the events of Blood Omen 1. And Kain is Kain's just left the mansion. He was just here, which is why the Chaos armor is gone. But one thing that we don't see in the mansion at this point is Vorador's vampire brides. If you remember in Blood Omen 1, there was a lot of very scantily clad vampires running around attacking Kain.
Their charms were almost visible through the gauze of their clothing, yet beauty such as theirs delivered only death. For these were Vorador's pets, nothing more than beasts, slave to his will and the easy prey he provided. Vampires, all of them, held in thrall by one stronger still.
Their charms barely hidden, as he says. But they're all gone at this point. We don't see them at all. And why is that? Well, gameplay-wise, it's a different game. But I love that Raziel covers his face there. Never really caught that. But it could be that, like with the feral humans, Kain killed them all. But, I mean, it could be that they have gone into hiding. It could be that Vorador has sent them all away himself. But the thing that we need to remember about the vampire brides is they weren't exactly conscious. I mean, if they were conscious, they weren't exactly... they were kind of mindless beasts when we saw them before. So it makes me wonder, what is it about Vorador's brides, of course, that are different from the vampires that he ends up creating in the Blood Omen 2 era? The more that I play these games, the more I wonder, the more I kind of think that will has a lot to do with not just vampiric evolution, but the creation of a vampire as well, the kind of will that goes into it. And Kain says in Blood Omen 2 that he could not create vampires. He calls Vorador the father of vampires, who created a new race of vampires, something I could never do. And I wonder why that is. In 200 years, did Kain really not consider that he could just pour blood into a corpse and make a new vampire? Well, there must be more to it. Making a new vampire must be more to it than that. There must be a whole process of will and soul, even, that goes into it. And that's actually one thing that I thought was interesting about The Dead Shall Rise, was it tried to depict Kain raising Raziel and his brothers. And say what you want about The Dead Shall Rise, I certainly have. But I thought that moment was kind of interesting. We get to see Kain infuse these corpses with dark magic, and I wonder at what point did he learn to do that? And I wonder if Vorador had forgotten, with Vorador's brides, had he forgotten that to do that, or did he just not care enough about anything to really sufficiently suffuse them with will enough to become true vampires? I don't know. I'm totally speculating here, but I wonder if a vampire's state of mind and willpower at the time has just as much to do with creating a new vampire as the power of its blood. Anyway. If you can't tell, I spend a lot of time thinking about Legacy of Kain. Splat, splat, splat. It's a fun noise. Are there more? I hear them. Excellent. Is there anything inside the well? You see how I didn't make my well joke? I've really grown. Nope, that's okay. Oh, there you are.
This mysterious chamber was clearly significant. Perhaps I would finally find the elusive Vorador within.
Perhaps. Alright, cool. I'll fight you guys in a minute, but looking at things first. This is a very interesting representation. And of course, Janos. Ooh. These very worn statues of ancient vampires. Very cool. And a little hint for what you're supposed to do here. Let's get the Fire Reaver back out. So enjoyable. And of course, we just need to do that again.
The braziers were all lit, but still the door remained sealed. Perhaps I had ignited too many.
As I've said before, whoops. Well, let's charge our Reaver back up. In any case. Thank you, Bloodstone. You're a good friend and loyal. Another mural. Alright, guys. The coin said I did not have to put up with your crap, so we'll see y'all later. Oh. There we go. Yes, much easier with the camera. Oh, crap. Oh. There we go. That was kind of funny. Convenient, but funny. Oh, hey. TK Rune. Folks, I will absolutely trash Vorador stuff to get to you. Just gonna say that. This painting here. That, of course, is the Vampire Citadel. Oh, I haven't noticed those before. They're on the ceiling. So it seems like we've definitely got a lot of Versailles stuff, Versailles-inspired stuff here. Okay. Wrong Reva. Ah, yes. Hey, buddy. That's right. Nothing to worry about from me. Oh. And this deadly mist is a gameplay courtesy, because if you fall down here when the mist is not here, you have to go all the way back. And it's a long way. We've been at this a while already, and yeah, so this mist is a courtesy. But with the new camera, hopefully we won't even need to worry about falling into it. Yeah, so much easier. That's nice, because it encourages me to explore, where with the old camera, it was just like, please let me get over there, please let me get over there, please let me get over there and not fall. I would say it's even higher pressure later when we're doing some backtracking to get pickups, because, yeah, it's like I said, it's a long way back. No, thank you, not interested. Soul pot, which we do not need right now. Hey, I was trying to do a sick air juggle there, jerk. Let's go to the air reaper for fun. Oh, I don't think we've read Raziel's Reavers yet. We need to do that after we take care of these guys. What's wrong, buddy? You stuck? Let me help you out here. There we go. See, I told you we'd help. Oh, that's fun. Alright, before we go into this next room, let's read Raziel's Reavers. I don't think we've done that before.
Material Reaver.
The Soul Reaver, an ethereal symbiotic weapon, feeds upon the souls of my enemies, increasing its own influence and power. The soul energy it collects within the confines of its blade may be charged and then released in a formidable torrent of energy. Nice.
Spectral Reaver.
Within the bounds of the immaterial spectral realm, the Reaver loses its ability to conjoin with the many elemental influences and powers. It relinquishes little of its potency, however, as the spiritual energy it feeds upon flows so freely there.
Dark Reaver.
When wreathed in darkness, the Reaver is able to weave its abyssal twilight around my physical form. Beneath this cloak of night, my presence is concealed, and my passing shrouded in shadows. Ooh, mini shades.
Light Reaver.
Imbued with the very essence of the sun, the Reaver's blade is transformed into a shaft of purest searing light. If wielded properly, this celestial ray will blast and scorch my adversary's vision, leaving them temporarily blind and vulnerable. Oh, I never realized that shades took extra damage. Makes perfect sense, actually.
Fire Reaver.
The conflagration is a deadly weapon whose will to consume nearly matches that of the Reaver itself, whether briefly uncoiling to light a simple sconce, or rupturing to devour flesh and bone. The flame's infernal hunger is ever ravenous. Nice. I like setting them on fire.
Air Reaver.
Howling with all the might of a tempest, the air-forged Reaver twists and swirls in upon itself, yearning for escape. When released, the maelstrom's currents blow and buffet my attackers into the air like helpless rag dolls. Nice.
Light Double Spectral Reaver.
These descriptions are just so much fun. Well, they didn't change a thing about our very sexy vampire hero here. She still looks great. I'm not gonna linger on her too long, though. Alright, let's go look around the library. Okay, cool. Yeah, it does still have the effect. Statue. Man, she looks great. So good. Guess we wouldn't have known this was here, huh? With the old camera. Just for fun, let's look at that. It's an old camera. What the? Whew, that was funny. Yeah, I never really thought to look here before. But that's really cool. Okay, another mural. We'll catch this on the way out. Alright, let's get on with it. Let's play the game. Need the light reaver here. And let's go up here. Nope. That's right, gotta hit that TK thing. Okay, we got a serious skill issue going on here, guys. Might lose my license for good if I keep that up. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. I want to look at the detail on that ceiling. Oh. That's fascinating. I wonder where this texture is from. This is so cool. I never noticed this before. Wouldn't have been able to because it looked like this. It didn't look like anything. Now it's... Yeah, I totally buy Vorador having that. So cool. Alright, what else we got? Probably shouldn't try to walk through that. Not terribly great for the health of a vampire. And so much easier than PC. Oh. Because we come through here later. Okay. Stop up because we haven't eaten in a bit.
This was indeed the vampire warrior depicted in the fountain room, for here was the hero's weapon. This could be the key to solving the riddle of the fountain.
Sure could. Let's look at it.
Reaver.
It's interesting, it kind of did the same thing that it did in the PC playthrough, where I could still, the line was still playing while I was controlling
faceted orb, Howl Blood Drinker.
But at least now we can actually go back and...
Heart Seeker.
That's Heart Seeker, now it's Blood Drinker. This ancient vampiric weapon was wielded long ago by the hero, Helka, for the slaughter of the Hilden Horde. Reputedly, if a Hilden was impaled by this spear, the wound would never close or heal, causing it to slowly bleed to death. Cool. Oh, well, there we go. So Latimer and Helka. It's so cool that they have names now. Okay, back to the courtyard. Down to the crypts again. Alright, fellas. You know the drill by now. Oh, there's 3 of them. Please, by all means. never gets old. So the statue there, kind of freezing and fading out, that was a bug I saw in the original Defiance too. Not very often, but occasionally. Nice. Yeah, see that? Now he shatters, except the model just kind of stays there. There we go. We should probably put some spears in too now. Come on, come on, come on. That's actually kind of fun. Nice. Okay, let's see if I get hit or not. Managed to avoid it this time. Stomp is a bit tricky. Down 2 to go. You may go. All right.
When I drove the spear home, the gargoyle was stilled, and the corresponding mural shattered. Perhaps the other murals I'd seen throughout the mansion had been similarly affected.
I can't remember that line from the original. I mean, I'm sure it was there, but yeah, I just don't remember it. Another soul pot there for us. Okay, so now all these murals that match the ones that, the one that corresponds to the statues that we've just speared, will be cracked when we get through them. So we're gonna keep an eye out as we go, and we'll keep on skipping.
These murals were attuned somehow to those in the fountain room, for this wall too had shattered.
I'm gonna shatter it even harder. Because there we go. I didn't really get much of a sense of what this room was with the old camera, so it's nice to be able to. Okay, so we have air, fire, earth, and water. Air. You know,
Perhaps this arcane emblem would unlock the sealed door in the crypt.
perhaps. This silver seal is but the smaller half of two pieces forming the crest of Vorador. Might the complete seal reveal the path to Vorador himself, or perhaps something of greater value? I don't think I've ever actually been in this room in the Spectrum. Interesting. All right, back to the fountain room. Or, you know, we can just jump in the water too. I still think it would be cool to see the planned cutscene that explained how Raziel was able to climb walls in the Spectral Realm. Because that was actually a piece that was cut from the final game of Defiance. As well as the Reaver fonts explaining why Raziel could not imbue the Reaver from the fonts in Soul Reaver 2 anymore. There was a whole cutscene explaining that. The Elder God would reach up and then drag them down into the earth. So, but of course, one thing that happens with basically all game development is you have to scale down your ambitions for time, budget, poly count, whatever. Same thing with film a lot of the time is you never really get to do everything, absolutely everything that you wanted. Unless you're Christopher Nolan, then you can do whatever you want. And some other folks. But just all kidding aside, even then there's certain realities that you have to accept, and certain obstacles that can either be only overcome with enough money, enough time, or maybe even not at all. So, the ambition management is a reality of creative work. Down to the sewers. That was strange. I just want to see this down here real quick. There's an arcane tome there before. No, there will be. There's not at this point. That's right. There we go. It hasn't been that long since I played the original Defiance. I know the solution to this puzzle. And again, just so much easier with me. There we
Here
go.
was
Here's
the
the other
second
part.
piece of the emblem. Now, undoubtedly, the crypt door could be opened.
This golden seal is but the larger half of two pieces forming the crest of Vorador. Might the complete seal reveal the path to Vorador himself? Or perhaps something of greater value? What could possibly be of greater value than our friend Vorador? I mean, it really depends on your relationship with Vorador, I guess. Mine, however, is worth more than any spear, no matter how cool. Just saying. Oh, fine. Alright. This is what you guys insist on doing. That's really fun to be a Reaver, actually. Anyone else? Thank you. He's trying really hard to get away, and I'd let him go if you'd let me out. But alas. Be undead and let be undead. Fire. Okay. Now that we have both halves of Vorador's crest, we can go and get that spear.
The artifact I had was not sufficient. There was clearly still a missing piece to this puzzle.
You sure about that? Did you try the other one? There you go. So yeah, it's interesting though. Vorador's two symbols on his seal are of course a dragon and a crow. Let's go look at the statue for a second. Ooh, man, that's so cool. Okay, there's the thumbnail right there. And I love how she looks. So good. Alright, statues. Let's do this. Gargoyles. That's what they're actually called. Whew. Always good to see these guys. Now that they're looking all great. Should probably switch our Reaver for this, though. Yes, shield me from harm, other gargoyle. Something I do like about these fights is that they are a little bit more tactical than a lot of the other fights that you have in Defiance. I do really like good tactical, technical combat in games where you can't just spam or quick attack. It's not that I don't like spamming quick attack, I do, but it is nice to have to kind of work on your timing and work on your footwork and talk or fight, Ben. And work on your positioning. I really, really appreciate fights like that. Did I get them both at the same time? Nice.
With this third and final weapon, the mystery of the fountain would finally be solved.
Let's find out. This ancient vampiric weapon was wielded long ago by the hero, Rika, for the slaughter of the Hilden horde. Reputedly, if a Hilden was impaled by this spear, the wound would never close or heal, causing it to slowly bleed to death. Is that the same? I think other than the name, that is the same.
Blood drinker, heart seeker. Blood drinker, soul stealer. Blood drinker.
Yeah, except for the hero's name, Soul Stealer and Blood Drinker are the same. Huh. Okay. Oh, I was drinking that. Oh well. There we go.
With its surface finally stilled, the pool was transformed into a portal, just as I had hoped.
Nice. All right, let's jump on in there. Darkforge music really kind of worked there, didn't it? So one interesting here we go. We looked at this last time.
Here the images were unadulterated, and their meaning ominously clear. The vampire hero, the bearer of the Reaver blade, was confronted by an adversary worthy of his powers. The enemy race, long banished, had a champion of their own, with flaming eyes and a fiery sword. The resemblance I bore to the adversary mocked all my hopes. Had Kain been the vampire hero of prophecy all along? Did he suspect what I was? For if I was this foretold adversary, then Mobius was right, and had always been right. I was destined to fight Kain and destroy him, or be destroyed. What part did free will play in any of this?
It's funny that you asked that, Raziel. But yeah, this is, again, we looked at this mural last episode, and the restoration is amazing. But we should point out that, of course, we know eventually that where the story goes, that Raziel is being misled, which the Elder God actually told him about the murals in Soul Reaver 2.
You are being misled, Raziel. This ancient race hoped to manipulate the future with these scrawled misdirections.
But being that this is the post-Soul Reaver 2 timeline, many things changed. And so I'm curious about kind of the details of this prophecy and how it came to pass. But you notice here, so some of these details, like this is it's a rather Kainish face, right? And of course, he's wielding the Reaver, and he has the red short cape. So, and the Hilden hero, of course, has the glowing eyes and the fiery sword. So, I think a lot about this prophecy and where it came from, who was motivated to spread it, and of course, who benefits from Raziel believing what he sees in these murals. So, and it would make sense actually. So, inside, so Vorador's symbol, the dragon, is in Chinese folklore typically associated with water and earth, and thanks to the Legacy of Kain Wiki for pointing this out. And it's very interesting that we go to the Water Forge from Vorador's mansion. Oh, and speaking of, look at this that I've never noticed before. Speaking of that Chinese long dragon. Awesome. These little details I've never really noticed before. And I tell you, just the more I learn, obviously the more I play, the more I pick up, but the more I learn about, the inner workings of the games and the design process, just the more fascinated I get with it. Not less. There's no demystification happening here. There's so many more aspects to consider the more folks I talk to. And I'm just, fascinated with all things, not just in Defiance, but in all these games. Could be the work of a lifetime to truly understand every aspect. If that is even possible. Knock, knock. Anyone home?
Your deliverance is at hand. In death is your release. This state is merely atonement.
So these are the Death and States Guardians. Now one has that dash move that is not only annoying, but somewhat devastating as well. See? Alright. Folks. again, that AoE. Now, I love what they've done with the life bars here. So good. They look so much more sophisticated. And another thing that I like from a design perspective is they are sophisticated without being overly minimalistic. And, because that's like a design trend. I don't know. I find myself guilty of it too. There's a certain aspect of minimalism I like, but there is... I feel like if you over-minimalize something, its soul can be lost. And so I'm glad that they've resisted that urge here. Ooh. There we go. I love the Sluagh just scraping the ground and scratching their claws on it, especially when there's a battle going on here. A fairly epic battle, actually, between Raziel and the original Vampire Pillar Guardians. There's some exciting stuff going on, and you're just over there hanging out, scratching your claws. Not anymore, I guess. Oh, I didn't, Alright, let's photo mode you. Dang, so good. Missed that we did it with death. My bad. There we go. Or was that death, and was it states that I got first? I think that was states, but I don't have all the symbols memorized yet, so I guess I'm still being schooled in the ancient mysteries. Okay, so we need to be in the material realm. There we go. I've never heard this sample before. Huh. We're back in the material realm now, so... I was trying really hard to hear what that sample was saying. Didn't sound like the usual, there is no home, there is no hope. So this is interesting. Horses in the water shrine actually kind of evoke some Greek imagery, given the water god Poseidon's relationship to horses. By the way, if you're into Greek mythology, you should really read Stephen Fry's Mythos, or better yet, listen to him read it, his audiobook version. It's amazing. Arcane Tome? No. Man, there's been a dearth of Arcane Tomes. I remember that Vorador's mansion is very much backloaded with items, though, so we'll find a lot when we go back through in a minute. All right, let's go forge a Reaver again. This is 41, 42.
Once more, the Reaver absorbed the spirits of the former vampire guardians, and thus was imbued with the elemental power of water. Perhaps now I could enter that mysterious crypt at the end of the garden.
All right, we've got our water Reaver. Let's look for stuff down here first. That's the pool where Kain found the lightning emblem all those centuries ago. It was 5 centuries ago. Oh yeah, let's go read the new Reaver.
Blood Drinker, Spectral Dark Water Reaver.
Dropping to sub-zero temperatures, the water-infused Reaver chills the surrounding air with its unnatural grip. Upon striking, the whirlpool of pure elemental water freezes instantly, trapping foes helplessly in shackles of ice. Awesome. And of course, it can freeze waterfalls, so we can climb them. Thanks, Zafan and Rahab. Really appreciate the support and for making this possible. Alright, we got one more to get. There we go. And now we can get back to the mansion. Classic shade, heavy breathing. Anyone else? And we're back. Okay, so now before we go to see Vorador, we are going to go to a few different places and find more of these murals. Because there's some items hidden throughout the mansion that we want to collect before we go. You know what? We have not been breaking enough stuff. We have not taken nearly enough joy in being a vandal this playthrough. So let's change that. Stop trying to hit the human victim, Raziel. Okay. Let's need to let go at the right time. Nope. Okay, so we got a little bit of a targeting issue here. There we go. Nice. So of all the levels in Defiance, Vorador's Mansion is kind of the one where you have the most potential to miss items because of these murals that you can't break until later on in the game. So much better. Oh, man. Yeah, I said I wasn't going to miss the old Defiance camera, and I do not. Anything here? Oh, wow. That's about as close as I've ever wanted to get to a slew-off. Who left Raz up on the table? Okay. We have this painting, this mural, up there. Arcane Tome. Nice. Is there anything else in here? Nope. Nope, still can't open the door. That's okay, because we made our own. Oh yeah, we need to come take a look at the statue in the material realm. Okay, so fact or myth? Does jumping actually make you move faster in Soul Reaver 1, 2, and Defiance? I feel like it does. Plus, it's just really satisfying to jump. But does it actually make you move faster? I'm curious about that. Oh, man. I can't wait to meet him. Oh, right. We have another painting here. Another health upgrade. Right, to the garden. No thanks. Were it not for the coin's mercy, you idiots would be very, very soul-eaten right now. Water Reaver. Anything I can do here? Figured it was worth a shot. All right, to the garden. All right. Nope. Again, wrong Reaver. There we go. I can't wait to see how he looks.
So, our wretched little savior returns.
Oh, he looks so...
Come to join the last pathetic battle of the vampire race? But on which side, I wonder?
I've not come to fight you, Vorador.
You don't know why you're here.
I know this much, that you are the author of my fate, and as such, only you can rewrite it.
You give me too much credit.
You forged the Reaver. I have seen the evidence.
I was its maker, yes?
Then you know its purpose.
No. Only the scraps of prophecy my master shared with me.
And do these scraps explain why you would forge a weapon to imprison your savior?
Ah, well then. It seems we have our answer. You've chosen your path.
I have chosen nothing. I've been deceived at every turn. You seem to know what I am. Tell me.
I thought I did once. But now all the prophecies have failed. The pillars are corrupted. I am the last of my kind, and when Mobius's hunters find me, it will have all been for nothing.
You've forgotten about Kain.
Ah, yes, Kain. I fear he shoulders a greater burden than he realizes. I cannot help you.
He just looks so
even if
good.
I was inclined to. I crafted the Reaver blade, but only at the behest of my sire, Janos Audrin. What sorcery he and the others laid upon the sword afterward, I cannot say.
Janos tried to give me the Reaver before he died. He said that it was forged for me. But what did he mean? As my weapon or my prison?
Perhaps you should ask him yourself.
Janos is here.
In a manner of speaking.
That was some electronic sounds in there. That was strange. Oh, man.
The greatest of us all, the father of our race. The Seraphim tore the heart from his living body 5 centuries ago.
But there's no sign of decay. How is this possible after all these years?
Somewhere, the heart still beats. And while it does, the body will remain preserved.
It does not stop.
If his heart could be restored, Janos might yet be raised.
And you haven't tried to recover it in all these years?
Many times. But our enemies hid the heart too well. It was taken as a trophy to Avernus Cathedral centuries ago, where they christened it the Heart of Darkness.
Heart of Darkness.
Believing that it embodies the essence of our dark gift, they hid the heart away lest it fall into the wrong hands. Our hands. Redeem yourself. You may be our last hope. Perhaps you alone can find the heart if it is meant to be found. If Janos can be resurrected, he will have all the answers you require. This key will open your way to Avernus.
Man.
But be advised, there are dark sorceries at work in the cathedral. You must be on your guard.
Library seal. Given to me by Vorador, this emblem is the key to the great door of the mansion's library. On the other side lies the path to Avernus and its great cathedral. Perhaps I can succeed where Vorador has failed and recover the Heart of Darkness. Okay, so let's talk about some lore here, because we haven't really been stopping to do that much. Of course, this outcome is exactly what the Hilden have been propelling Raziel and Kain towards all along. There are 3 separate players here attempting to maneuver Raziel. We have, of course, Kain, who is attempting to find the version of the future that he and Raziel can both live with. We have Mobius, and through him his master, the Elder God, which is who is probably pulling the most strings. But the Hilden, of course, now are muscling their way into this plan, and we're seeing these subtle manipulations now, these subtle pushes to try to get Raziel to resurrect Janos. For what purpose? Well, in this part of the story, we don't know yet. Of course, we know because we play the games all the time. But Raziel is being propelled toward his destiny now in a way that neither he or Kain are really particularly will be happy about. Anyway, let's go on. Man, I want one of these in my house. Someone please tell me how I can get this in my house. That would be awesome. But yeah, how good did Vorador look? I still really, really appreciate the fact that all the vampires, their eyes glow. And I actually really like the muted green on Vorador. You know, not like the just all the way green, but it really gives it, really grounds it in a way that he wasn't grounded before. So, really appreciate that. Guys, I'm trying to talk here. we got everything. I'm fairly certain we got everything we needed to get before we leave for Avernus. So we're going to start heading to the library. Unless there was an arcane tome there at one point. Just send out camera drone to go find out. And I know on this playthrough I'm probably missing tons of stuff because I'm going in, you know, I'm doing all of these blind and I don't know where anything is, so. If it's been moved. I know where all the OG stuff is, but.
Avernus is in flames, and with it, our hopes may evaporate.
How can I find the heart in the midst of such chaos?
You must act quickly. But beware, an ancient evil dwells within, long unspoken among our kind.
Unspoken.
Undoubtedly, this is the source of the corruption that infects the Circle. If you are to succeed, you must resist its influence.
Okay, two things. One, Janos and Vorador and their teleporting. Why can't we do that? But two, I like that his brooch glows, and it's really, really cool. It's like kind of this amber color, and then you see it all like coming up into his shirt and his face. Just looks so good. I really, really hope that they're planning on doing something more with these models because they are gorgeous. I would love to see them in something else. And I like that this Vorador design has his ears folding back a little bit more too. It kind of gets him a little closer to how he looked in Blood Omen 1. So, very, very cool details here. Arcane Tome. Is there anything else that we could possibly get in here before we go? Or before we break any more of Vorador's stuff. And then let's see what we can break in photo mode. There's Avernus. Go, camera drone. Yeah, this was another really interesting part of our interview with Reyna and Basielum. And yeah, she talked about the difficulty getting a lot of this stuff out here built out. Which, of course, we are now breaking with photo mode. Ooh, look at that. A couple of art assets built for Avernus here. That's fun. Okay. Let's go to Avernus. Raziel, I told you before, you gotta walk a little faster if you're gonna get there in a reasonable amount of time, dude. Okay? Alright. Let's go check out a lost level now. Let's look at the Air Forge. Ooh. after the decision was taken to include all 7 Reaver forges in Defiance, but before the redesign, which resulted in their consolidation into similar chambers at the Vampire Citadel. The team experimented with direct adaptation of the forge assets from Soul Reaver 2. Oh, I didn't know that. This incomplete take on the Air Forge is effectively a remix of its predecessor, retaining the architectural and textural stylings of its Soul Reaver 2 counterpart, but virtually nothing of its layout. Unlike the Waterforge, no design documentation for this area is known to have been preserved, if any was created. The forge consists of a short series of corridors which branch out into 2 parts, one leading to an exterior room and the other to a smaller scale version of the giant snake sculpture in the previous game, surrounded by 3 godheads. The test area is clearly unfinished, leading to a black void which serves as a dead end, and it's unclear where Raziel would have forged the Reaver. Only the Dark Forge is known to have received similar adaptation. Interesting. Let's check it out. My photo drone yearns to be thrown into the air. Not yet. We'll get there. Yeah, it definitely feels like Airforged Miss R2. All right. And I think it's super cool that both the Lost levels have the graphics options too. Tried to camera switch. It didn't work. Oh, was that? Okay. Got a little excited there. Gotta watch that jump. Oh, sweet. Lots of helpless victims. And lots of statues. Ooh. What's up here? Ah, yes, it's our statue with the haunting eyes. Now that's cool. There we go. There's our screenshot. No, I'm down to fight. I just want to explore a little bit first. Oh, right, Spirit Reaver. Yeah, Spirit Reaver is, of course, super powerful. That's what we have by default in these levels. Alright, let's go check out the other side. Demons! Okay, is our old friend the Electro Demon. Looking really good. And Fire Demon, yeah. Haven't seen them yet. Yeah. These Hilden Revenants do not hold up well against the Reaver. Yep, and here's Snake. So, of course, this Snake is where we forged the Air Reaver in the original Air Reaver Shrine, or Forge. Forge Temple Shrine. Using them all interchangeably now because of how often we've done this. Let's see what's down here. Oh, nothing. Okay, it's not that I'm disappointed. And the Godhead's there. That's really cool. Alright, camera drone, do your thing. Alright, let's go back to the start. I kind of wanted to see that. Man, this is interesting. I don't know whether I would have preferred this, which is basically a, you know, kind of a remix of the original Air Forge, or if I would have preferred what we got. What we got may have felt very similar throughout, but at least it was consistent. And it was consistently Defiance's own thing. But this is like a really cool, interesting experimentation too. And I'm a little torn on what I think would have been better. Hard to say, because Defiance is what I know. And, you know, the could-have-beens are always interesting to think about, but you could never really know how it would have been because it didn't happen that way. Oh, here it is. No, it looks like we can't exactly get back up there. It's a good thing we have a camera drone. Except I guess it can't get that far away from you. I mean, we could just start over and look there. Yeah, it's this thing that I'm really interested in. Is it a tree? It's up into the skybox there. Huh. Very cool. All right. Whew, okay, that was a long one. Vorador's Mansion always is, but it's still my favorite. I still love Vorador, and holy crap, does he look good or what? Another great time with Defiance Remastered. Hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I hope you enjoy all the additional context that we get from our interview with Reyna. Next time, we'll check in with Kain and see if we can get into that locked chamber in the Vampire Citadel. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see and you want to see more, do the things.